Hey everybody, long time no see. Here I am. Hold on one second. Sharing it out. All right. I know I haven't done a live in a minute. I've been working on my content a little bit. I noticed that my content does a little better now that I don't go live as much. So it wasn't anything personal. I just needed to get my content. I'm working on new things and doing new stuff. So hopefully you're liking it. So yeah. So I figured I would go live because life is getting just too serious out there. It's just getting a little too crazy, And on the bright side, us YouTubers may do very well right about now because the people out there are going to need something good to watch. It's getting really crazy here in New York. Um, it's just too much now. When we get more people in, we could talk about that a little bit more. It's just to a point that, hey, Simon, it's just getting really crazy out here in New York. It's not just one area, it's all of it now. And we got to talk about this. Hi, Pennsylvania. Hey, PA Trapping, how you doing? How are things down there? But it's getting crazy here. Definitely getting crazy here in New York. It's we're coming to a point where we don't know what to believe, or at least I don't know what to believe. But I was in the grocery store this morning just getting change of a 20 because I was going to the library. The library here has a room where they sell books. Yes, they sell books at libraries. Usually they're over. They have too many of them, or they're not closing the schools here yet. Well, actually, yes, one school did close down a few towns over. Um, this one here isn't. They're not even sure how they're going to handle it if they do that. There's been rumors yesterday. Yeah, Ohio. Wow, that doesn't seem like a place where they would have an issue. Um, it's just too much right now. Yeah, yeah. Well, the colleges are shut down. See, that's another thing is when we were talking yesterday, somebody was telling me that because the colleges are closing down, the kids who have dorms, they paid for the dorms for the seat for the semester. The kids they need the money to go back home, and they're not gonna. I don't know if they're gonna. They should at least the school should do two things. One, if they're not gonna, if these kids paid for their semester in full and they have to leave, then the school needs to refund their housing and help them get home, or they just let them stay there because they already paid to stay there for the semester. It's getting too crazy out there, I'll tell you. Look at this. I just signed onto my computer and look what YouTube is doing here. Look, see? Yeah, see, we got messages. Yeah, I haven't been on much either, Brian. Don't worry about that. I haven't no, the schools haven't closed here yet. Well, the colleges have closed. The schools, only one school 3 towns over has closed because oh, well, the Olympics is in Japan. Well, good. They should close down the Olympics because Japan are there. I got a lot to say about that, but because of the Dolphins. But the Olympics isn't until September until August anyways. I think, I mean, first of all, I don't think it's good to just continue this whole hysteria thing, but it's hard to believe. We don't even know what to believe anymore at this point. I don't know. I have my tickets to go to New York City in a few weeks and I'm still going. It's not canceled. I'm not canceling it. I'm going. I'm having a good day. That's what I've been doing lately. I mean, I did try to get some hand sanitizer this week. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. This doesn't cause diarrhea. Somebody was saying that people are buying baby wipes, but the thing with baby wipes is it doesn't sanitize anything. It just wipes the bum. I have dog wipes for Frankie's face, and these don't have this has no sanitizing stuff at all. It just to clean her face. See, it's alcohol free, so it won't do you any good. So I think it's just too much. It's too much. I don't think people, here's the thing. My thoughts on this is we need to take caution. We have to take caution. Yeah, wash your hands. I only got hand sanitizer because I work with cats. I work with cats, and the one cat that I work with has you know the one cat that I work with has he's got roundworms, and what do you call has roundworms and some other cat thing. Hi, Jeff. um you know So, hey, David. So, for me, I was just buying hand sanitizer because the cat has roundworms and coccidia, and I don't want to pass that on, to myself or to the dog. But that doesn't, yeah, no basketball right now. How do you feel about that, Jeff? I don't know. I'm kind of like, I'm 50-50 on all this. They canceled the parade in New York City next week. I mean, I guess that, hey, Doughboy Scratcher, how you doing? Oh, that's how you doing? Honk honk. How are things going with you? I hope you're traveling safe there. I hope you're traveling safe. How come you don't I'm going to get you a wrench in here cuz I know who you are. Ralph, how you doing? Um this is just craziness. Yeah, run through the store fighting toilet. Yeah, I honestly, my toilet paper stash is okay, so I'm not worried about it. Um, Something that they're working on here in New York is they're gonna have inmates making hand sanitizer, and I mean, I guess that's a good thing. Hopefully, they get a piece of the pie. Hopefully that the inmates get a little money for their for their the stuff that they need in there. Um, I know you guys know I have a friend who's doing time. I sent him a message the other day, and I'll find out soon if he knows anything about that. But it's closing of the schools. I don't know. I'm kind of 50-50 on that. I have to be honest. Um, because the thing is, now here's the thing is that they don't know how they're gonna do that. Yeah, right. See, that's another thing is people they're gonna lose money. They're gonna lose money. I mean, the only thing with the schools is, from what I understand, is they're not really sure exactly how they're gonna do it, but supposedly if they close the schools, they are going to implement online classes. So I mean, I'm guessing the teachers would still get paid um to do that, and just because they'd be teaching the kids online. But the thing is, we could, as parents, because I'm not good at math, like the PEMDAS and all that stuff, the heavy duty math. But now with, we have Common Core, which that was promised to have gotten rid of. But that's the thing is, uh as parents, we already have a hard time helping our kids doing their homework. So if they implement online classes, um, that's going to be a problem. You know, yeah, Simon, exactly. That's my kids get free school lunch. I don't get food stamps or anything. I mean, I guess I would have to, I would have to work on it. Of course, you're right. There's some kids who depend on school lunches. Oh, wow. Really? That's ouchies there, David. You know, um, and now they're now because we're on a state of emergency. They're blocking the sale of Yeah, no, the schools aren't closed here yet. Only one school that I know of is closed, and that's a few towns over. Now, I started using the Facebook dating app again. I know. I actually was like really curious, and I started talking to somebody on there who actually works in a hospital, and I mean, listen, here's the thing is, I think we need to have caution and stuff, but yeah, I'm okay till April 6th. Well, that's not a long time. I mean, the thing is, it's not really a great time because the kids are going to have their school vacation soon. We have spring break coming. So, I mean, I don't know. Isabel's school doesn't know how they're going to do it yet. They haven't said anything just yet. So, I hope they figure it out soon. I hope they do. I'm worried about this. I mean, I'm worried about it as a childcare. Yeah. That's another thing is how are people going to go to work? people still have to work, and my kid's grandma, she cleans houses for a living, and she lost two of her clients canceled on her today, because they live in the town. Sorry guys, I'm just plugging my laptop in. Two of the houses that she cleans for are in the town, is in the one town that has a case. So I guess they don't want her coming. My mom thought maybe, oh, they would want her to come, but I guess if she's cleaning other people's houses. But then again, my kid's grandpa is in the hospital because, he's got dementia and stuff like that. So I would think that, for her safety and the grandpa's safety, it's not a bad idea. But yeah, wow, that's terrible. See, Head Start went out of business here. That's the saddest thing I've ever seen, is Head Start went out of business as part of, whatever's going on here. But this truly is a terrible miss. These kids, I mean, the thing is, my thoughts on this are I think we got to leave the kids out of this just a little bit, this hysteria is not good for them. It's not good for the kids. They got to live life too. I mean, the thing is, they got to wash their hands and all that jazz, but you know what I'm saying? The hysteria is not good for them, you know? I know for me, I'm living life. The one thing that I do hate right now is there's hey, Miss Dee Dee, how are you feeling? The one thing I hate right now, sorry guys, I was just picking something up off the floor. The one thing I hate now is, listen, I'm a comedian. You all know that. I've been doing I'm doing the reaction videos. They're going quite well right now, and I'm going to do more. And I did one the other day on some lady that they filmed. They got a photo of in Penn Station wearing what was that? She had Tupperware on her head. I mean, that's a little, yeah, I did hear Broadway is closed. Sephora, if you like Sephora, they're not going to be doing any more, they're not going to do any more makeovers. You're not going to be able to test anything in their store. You're just going to have to bite the bullet and buy it. I don't know. Jacob needs a haircut really bad, and we're going to do that next week. So I don't know if they're going to be cutting hair anytime soon. If not, I'll just have to go out and buy a clipper and just shave his head myself. That may not. No, the trains are not closed here, Simon. No. Nope. I got train tickets to go on April 4th, and MTA is still open and in business. They're not going to shut the trains down. They're not going to shut down public transportation. I didn't hear about anything about Amtrak. Yeah, exactly. I agree with you, David. I agree with you. Well, did you guys see Dr. Drew? Dr. Drew, I like Dr. Drew, just so you know, and I agree with him to a certain degree, is that the media, this is going to cause hysteria because the media is reporting on it, and, that's a problem, it's a problem. They don't know everything, and I don't think everybody knows everything. We don't even know where or how exactly this started. One minute we think it's because the Chinese people eat bats, which, you shouldn't be eating bats anyways. Or they don't know if it's a lab and it just leaked out. Somebody was saying yesterday, now I don't want to get into the whole conspiracy theory of it, but I guess, you got to talk about that. Some people are saying there was a lab that was making it for biochemical warfare, and they're thinking maybe that's, a problem, that this was supposed to be used at a later date, when they wanted to go after people, but instead it leaked out. We don't know. However, I am, if it did, one way or another, I feel like China should be held responsible for this to a certain degree. Don't you? I do. You know. Yeah, I agree with you, Simon. I think this is a process of non natural selection. Maybe that's what it is. The world's too overpopulated. And it's kind of interesting how this happened during an election year too. Not to get into politics, but this is a very interesting case scenario. And like I said, the last time I went live, it was kind of interesting how this all happened, around the time that that the fires in Australia were happening, and they said that, they said that they found koalas and animals from Australia in China, you know. But I don't know. First of all, if anything, Mother Nature is very upset with us. She is very upset, and maybe this is her way to fight back. I don't know. I don't know. It's either the government or it's Mother Earth. Yeah. But see, that's the thing. You remember Ebola? That was when Obama was in office, and it didn't last very long either. It didn't last very long. Maybe this will come and go just like that. I like I said on my Facebook page, I'm living life to the fullest. Something that I am a little offended over is, and it takes a lot to offend me too, because I'm not one of those that goes on, oh, I'm offended, I'm offended. I'm not like that. But there's a joke going around. Yeah, I mean, they're saying the flu is killing more people than this, and no one's really saying anything about that. Um, the one thing that I am offended over is that there's a lot of people out there who are joking about this. They're saying that what Corona needs is little Lyme disease. Now, we don't need Lyme disease. I survived Lyme disease, and oh, that's okay. Sometimes the notifications are off. Listen, we don't want Lyme disease. We don't need it. We don't want it. I had Lyme disease very badly when it first came around. I was 10 years old, and it's a very crippling disease, so you do not want Lyme disease. However, we've had a very mild winter. Well, more like non-existent. Yeah, it is horrible. I had it very badly, and I mean, I'm kind of lucky because they caught it, within a good time period. I don't know what if I have any like permanent side effects to that, but there are people out there who I've met who can't walk because they had Lyme disease. It's serious. You don't want Lyme disease. Um, and unfortunately, Lyme disease, they blame the deer on that, and they've been culling the deer around here for that too. Sure, keep blaming the animals for our mistakes. I hate that. Don't you hate that? Like they're blaming this on the bats and the animals. I mean, the Chinese people ate them. We don't even know if that's the reason. We don't know what it is. I mean, the one thing I hate about this is the fact that, like I said, Isabel came home yesterday and the guidance counselor was talking in front of children, and that should not happen. Do not talk about this in front of the children. They're getting hysteria. They're hoping to not go to school today. Like I said earlier, there's a school 2 towns over, well, it's more like 3 or 4 towns over, that has cases, and their school is currently closed. Um, yeah, no, nope. Toilet paper is the stupidest thing. Oh, that's okay. When I was at Target the other day, so part of weight loss surgery is you have to stay very hydrated. And I sometimes have a hard time drinking water, so I usually drink Gatorade or Powerade Zero. It has to be the sugar-free kind. And when I was at Target the other day, they were totally sold out of the sugar-free Gatorade, of all things. And I was really upset about that. And just like the hand sanitizer, the only reason I was buying hand sanitizer the other day was because, like you all know, I volunteer with cats, and the cat that I've been working with, hey Justin, the cat that I've been working with has coccidia and roundworms, and I didn't want to, carry that on. So I needed something to clean my hand. I washed my hands, of course. It's not really passable to dogs unless if they eat, cat poop and things like that. But you still don't want to take a chance. He's a big kitty cat too. This guy's a big, big kitty. Not a kitten. This guy's big. Very mushy, but very big. He's hard to get a video out of because he's cranky. But his name is Nemo, and he's very cute. Very cute. He's white and orange. So, and oddly, mini bagels were sold out. Well, you're in New York if mini bagels are getting, yeah. I already had a pretty decent stock of toilet paper, so I'm not worried about that. Maybe next week I'll go to the food pantry and, you know, they're canceling cruise ships, Simon. The cruise ships are closing down for a couple of months too. My mom has one scheduled for June, and I don't think it may not happen. I heard that they canceled a video game convention in New Jersey for June. I have my hotel booked for that. All they gave him was Gatorade. Well, you got to stay hydrated in that sense. Um, I could use some. I only have, I think, 4 bottles of Gatorade, Powerade Zero. I think later, in a little while, I'll brave the rain and go to 7-Eleven and pick up some more Gatorade Zero. Um, like I said, water's hard for me to drink sometimes because it's heavy, and I can't eat and drink at the same time. So, I mean, just yesterday I had an incident with this coronavirus. Disney's closed? Really? I didn't hear that. Makes sense. Well, that's what they're talking about is I know California banned gatherings of 250 oh, wow. Yeah, that makes sense. See, I was thinking they were going to have discounts. Makes sense, though. I heard California, they banned gatherings of 250 people or more. And I know that New York is talking about that right now. You know, the parade, the St. Patrick's Day parade is canceled. Thankfully, a lot of the ones around here on the local ones have already happened. So, I mean, I didn't go. The kids didn't want to go. Um, I'm still going to New York City next month. I'm not stopping myself. I'm going to enjoy my day. You know what? The Naked Cowboy. I love that guy. He's such a, I don't care what side of politics you're on. He's a really cool guy, and I think he makes a lot of ladies happy. And he was filmed in Florida. He's back in New York City, I think. I saw it on his Instagram. He said he has a higher chance of, getting hit by a bus than getting the coronavirus. And you know what? That's how I'm telling myself to handle this. I'm just gonna go out and do my thing. I did go to the library today because they have, like I said earlier in the live, is they have a room of books for sale. So I figured if I'm gonna bunker down, I'm gonna bunker down. But I'm not really gonna do that either. I have to take care of the cats on Tuesday and Wednesday, and I'm gonna stop at Target. I'm gonna stop. The one thing that I was really upset with the other day is I literally just bought all those mugs from Starbucks to get my coffee. And because if I don't know if you know this, but Starbucks, you get 5% back if you bring your own mug, and they put the coffee in there for you, but they canceled that out. And I literally just bought coffee mugs last week just for that purpose. And I mean, they're nice coffee mugs at the very least. I mean, I was actually going to buy extra ones to sell on eBay. Apparently people want these things, but I don't think, I'm wondering, I'm still going to order stuff online, but I don't think people are going to be buying any Starbucks mugs anytime soon, so I'm not going to buy extras to sell to other people. I did. They were really great, Heather. I'm going to do a review soon. I just started reading the Big Little Lies book because have you guys watched that? Well, the one good thing about this is us YouTubers are going to do very well. Us YouTubers are going to do very, very well. Yes, ma'am. Because people are going to need things to watch if they're locking themselves in the house. Was it the book 1984 that people are saying people are going crazy over? I can't eat at a buffet, so I'm good. I wonder if the casinos are going to close. Yeah, I think us YouTubers may do very well for the next few weeks because, people are going to need some good things to watch. I got rid of, fuck you, get out of my face, bug. You listen, I'm 50-50 on all this, Hey, Barry. So, Barry, are you in school today too, or did they close your school? I'm curious to see whose schools are closing. Yeah, casinos might close. Yeah, I think Jersey has a problem right now too, so they may definitely have to, hello, Neha Sharma, welcome. It's definitely a very scary time. Jersey's got problems, Florida's got problems, everybody's got problems now. Oh, we just came to eat our stuff during the 3 weeks. Hey, Wicket. I know, I heard that. But you know what? He's got money. That's the one thing they were talking about. They were talking about the Pope. They said the Pope may have it. You know what? That's the thing is that these people have money, so I think they'll be okay. Yeah, they closed all the universities here too. Yeah, yeah, Tom Hanks does have it, and his wife too. But they got money. Tom Hanks has money. He'll be fine. Same thing with the Pope. You think the Vatican's gonna let something happen to him? I don't think so. I think he'll be fine. See, that's the other thing. Did y'all hear about how much it costs to get tested for this disease? They're saying with insurance, it's going to cost you between $100 to $500. Eh, no, I don't think. Well, Tom Hanks will be okay. Oh, you're talking about Tom Hanks being old or the Pope? The Pope's very old. Sorry if you're offended by that. I think Tom Hanks will be okay. But to get this test, if you have insurance, it's going to cost you between yeah, the Pope's old. Yeah. Well, he's lived a good life. But I'm sure they're going to take care of him. I don't think they're going to let anything happen to that guy. He did God's work anyways. Yeah, I don't know. I saw a post through somebody yesterday, $100 to $500 if you have insurance, and if you don't have insurance, the test is $1,600. So think about this: if you don't have the money to take the test, never mind the pay. It's going to cost paper. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Simon. It is. Let's think about this. If you don't have the money to pay for that, think about how many people who may have this and because they can't afford to get tested, never mind the treatment. They're gonna waive the copay. Oh, that's awesome. Good to know. I was about to say if people can't afford to pay for it, but that's copay though, Wicked. What about people who don't have insurance? Are they gonna waive the fees for those people who don't have insurance? I don't know, folks. People are also going to be afraid to come forward too. They're probably afraid they're just going to die. We don't know anything about this. We really don't. I'll tell y'all. Yesterday, I went to have my physical, and because of the tell us not to go to the hospital. Really? My buddy Kim, she comes in the lives, at nighttime, and she was payroll taxes are waived first time. Oh yeah, I heard that I hear that, Justin. That's what I'm doing. I'm prepared. I'm not going to panic, and I'm going to live life to the fullest in the meantime. I've survived quite a lot of stuff. I've survived Lyme disease. I've survived my mental illness. I've survived domestic violence. Coronavirus ain't taking me out. I'm telling you right now, it's not going to take me out, and I'm going to enjoy my life in the meantime. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, really? See, the kid's grandma, she can't not do that. My kid's grandpa is well, he's not in a nursing home. He's in the VA hospital. So, yeah, exactly, Justin. Like I said, I got my train ticket to go to Manhattan in a few weeks. I'm going thrifting, and yeah, exactly. That's exactly it, Wicked. We can't go around telling us, that's why I'm kind of like, I can understand closing schools, but I'm kind of like, at the very least, don't talk about this in front of the kids. Let the kids have some kid time. Yeah. Oh, nursing homes. Wow. Frankie, you squeaking over there? Oh, it's you. All right. I wasn't sure if the lady's upstairs. But just terrible. Oh, to me, I'm living life. Yesterday, so I went to get my physical, and especially because of the wall and the ceiling stuff going on, and they're still trying to figure out how to test if I have any mold in my system. So yesterday, I had blood work done, not because of corona, Wow. Yeah, Italy shut down. So I wonder what they're gonna do. Um, so I ordered a salad yesterday. So I had come home late and I was really hungry, and Cobb salad's been my go-to for lunch. And the guy from DoorDash saw I had a bright pink, thing on my arm, and he threw my salad at me. He threw my lunch at me because, he thought I was tested for corona. I said, no, it's an allergy test. And he said, no, corona. And he threw my salad at me. It was fine. Don't worry. It was all sealed up. And, and he said, yeah. And he said, I said, I guess you don't want your tip then, because I'm going to cancel that out. And I did. And he said, no, I don't want a tip from you. I was like, what? That's ridiculous. Okay, fine. Whatever. Yeah. I had a blood work. I had an allergy test. That's all it was. And I had a tetanus shot yesterday too. I was feeling a little crappy last night because of the tetanus shot, but I mean, this is deadly for me because, I had the sleeve, and because of my weight loss surgery, dehydration is very serious for me. That's why yeah, rude. Yeah. I took an Uber this morning. I went to the library and picked up some books to bunker down with. I'll probably go there tomorrow again if the kids want to go. It's supposed to be in. See that's the other thing is, it's been a very, very, very warm winter here. We had no snow. So I'm wondering if that's kind of elevating this to a problem, because heat breeds germs, you know. It's been pretty warm. No, I don't wear anything. Oddly enough, I did see those at Target though, yes, the other day. They actually had face masks. No soap. But the one soap, oh God, watch I mention this and everybody's gonna go get it. They have plenty of Mrs. Meyer's soap. People don't want it because it's plant-based, I guess. So when I go, where am I from? I am from New York. Where are you from? So hopefully, hey AJ, how you doing? I hope at the very least, on YouTube, this is going to put a stop to the swatting, because the police have better things to do. Yeah, I did hear that, Simon, because you're going to breathe your own air anyways. Wow. Oh, you're from the Philippines. Well, welcome. How are things over there? Well, from what I understand is eBay has officially blocked the sale of hand sanitizer. Hey, Mr. Doughboy, how you doing? Yeah, exactly, AJ. That's what we got to do. We got to enjoy the outdoors. I'm not letting this get to me. I'm sorry. I'm just not. I'm not. I'm going to go out. I went to the library this morning. I don't drive, as y'all know. I used my Uber, got my $1 back because I use Ebates, and everything was all right. A-okay. I'm fine. I went to take care of the cats this week, and I went to Target and picked up some stuff. And no, I mean, like I said earlier in the live, I was getting hand sanitizer because of the cats, because the one kitty had something going on. Yeah, exactly, Dee Dee. Life is too short. I'm not gonna let this get me. Like I said, I've survived too much stuff to let this bother me. Yeah, eBay's supposed to be blocking the sales of hand sanitizer because people are, taking advantage. I don't know if you know this, but Target actually is rationing out soap and cleaning stuff and sanitizer. They're only allowing you to buy 6. Yeah. In fact, when I was there Wednesday morning, they were just putting out the Clorox wipes, and as soon as it was being put on, it was being removed. I don't know. I'm gonna just use what I use all the time, is my Mrs. Meyer's. Ah, that's a swine flu, right, AJ? Yeah, right, exactly. I had Lyme disease as a kid. And I lived. I still can't stand the people saying Corona needs a little Lyme disease. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. That's disrespectful and offensive. Actually, I'm like I said earlier in the live, I'm very rarely offended by things, but that's the one thing that That offends me as saying stupid shit like that. I mean, when I was a kid, I had Lyme disease. It was very new at the time, and norovirus. I thought H1N1 was the swine flu. I had a swine flu vaccine because I was pregnant with Jacob at the time. I'm allergic to the flu shot, so I can't even have the regular flu shot. But I've also only had the flu once in my life, and that was 20 something years ago. So I'm not worried about that. You know, I lost all this weight and I just got my life back. Being 100 pounds lighter, this is not, I think we all should just live life to the fullest. It's so short right now. And you know what? Let's think of it this way. Like I said on my Facebook. Oh, that's the bird flu. Oh, yeah, we had that too. It seems like a very, convenient time to be getting this because it's election year. I don't know if it's really going to sway anything though. I don't care. The election is a mess anyways, but and I'm not taking any sides, to tell you the truth. I take no prisoners with me this time around either. But yeah, it's really, listen, like I said earlier in the live, I have my tickets to go to Manhattan in a few weeks, and I am going to go. Really? Wow, that's crazy, Simon. I haven't seen any of that. I have not seen any of that. But I have my video from the other day where they had a lady in Penn Station wearing a Tupperware. She didn't really think about that. She may not want people sneezing on her, but she had her hands fully exposed. I don't think she really thought that one through. Plus, I mean, she walked through New York. I can't imagine her walking through New York City with that bucket on her head. Somebody would think she's nuts. I'm going to New York City and I'm going to enjoy myself. And if I get this disease traveling, you know what? At least I enjoyed myself for the day before I got sick. So that's how I'm looking at it. That's how I'm going to look at it. I think we all should look at it that way. At least let's enjoy life. And if you're one of the chosen people to get it, then at least you enjoyed yourself for the day first. That's why I'm getting upset with the school. They want to close the school, and they're talking about it. The guidance counselors are talking about it in front of the children. I don't know what guidance counselor did that, but shame on you, because now the kids don't want to go to school. And they actually said that there was a case of hate crimes in New York City. Somebody, assaulted a Asian man because, they're blaming them. That's not how that works either. Yeah, I hear that, Simon. They postpone Coachella. I've never been to that. I don't know if I want to. Yeah, I'm not stressing either, Heather. I'm just going to enjoy. I'm enjoying life in the meantime, I'm not, like I said, I think a lot of it is, I think we should believe most of it, but don't believe all of it. Wendy's canceled? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We don't need her. She can go on vacation for a while. That's fine. Wendy, how you doing? We can get away from your ignorant ass for a while. Wow. Really? I think that is a bit much, AJ. You're right. That is, really? Cancel The View? I watch it sometimes. Hey, Be the Difference Clothing, how you doing? I think it's just, I watch The View from time to time. It's okay. I mean, I'd rather watch The View over Wendy at this point, but, oh, you can't stand Whoopi? I do, it's one of those things. Hi, Harry Peters. They haven't said anything about that, Harry. They didn't say, they haven't said any. Well, the problem is they don't know how this whole thing came about. Well, let's just face it. Somebody's not being honest here. First, it started with bats. Then they're saying it's in a lab. But my thoughts is this: if they were growing this in a lab, why didn't they create something to stop this while it was in the lab? But somebody was saying the other day that they think this was created for a later date, as a biochemical warfare kind of thing. I mean, it's possible, isn't it? Yeah. Right, exactly. Be the difference clothing. More chemicals to shoot into our system, right? I agree, AJ. I agree. Mother Nature is very angry with us right now. So if this is caused by eating bats, well, it kind of sucks that the rest of us don't eat bats and koala bears and pangolins and things like that, and we got to pay for somebody else's mistake. You know what I'm saying? I was kind of wondering about that. It seems like this disease. I've said in my live a while ago that this disease seemed to have popped up. Oh, really? Baseball too? It seems like this whole thing popped up as Australia was, having the fire problem, and as you saw, China somehow found a way to get some koalas from there. So you think maybe Australia might have had a fire sale? I don't know. It's I have a friend who works in she's a respiratory therapist. Yeah, exactly. Be the difference clothing. The problem is we don't know how this really happened. And that's when the fires started over there around December, November, December. And that's where I'm thinking. Well, we don't really know. We can't speculate. I'm on both sides. Is it possible it was created in a lab? Yes. Is it possible it's because they ate bats? Yes. We don't know. The thing is, China's going to have to own up to it. And I don't think they're going to. It's one of two things. They don't know, or they're not willing to say exactly what it is. I mean, I think they should be held accountable. Don't you? You think that they should be held accountable for this? I mean, I guess it was time. I guess it was a matter of time before, Mother Nature fought back. But if it started there and if they did create this in a lab and it leaked out, I think they need to own up to that. Just my thoughts. Well, how would I want them? How would you hold them accountable? Well, they should, take care of the sick people. Yeah, that's actually it, AJ. That's exactly it. They need to take care of the people. They need to, you know, like I said earlier in the live, they're saying that these tests are expensive. They're not. They have medication. You know, they may have medication, and not everybody's going to afford it. That's how I think people should be held accountable: is take care of the people who got sick. I mean, but then again, it's China and they're not going to do it. So, you know, we don't know. Somebody needs to take care of the people who are sick. Somebody needs to take care of these people because nobody asked for this. If people are eating bats and things like that, that should be on them, not everybody else. Why should we have to pay for people who are eating bats and koalas and things like that? And if it's in a lab, if this was created in a lab and it leaked out, again, we're never going to know how or why this happened. We don't know. We're never going to know. And nobody's going to be held accountable, but they should. Unless if it was created here too and we don't know it. You never know. I don't think we'll ever know how this happened. Just like Ebola, they're saying AIDS is from people having sex with monkeys, but it's possible that it came from, the government, creating, that too. And one way or another, somebody, you can't. But China, they do a lot of crazy things over there. And, unfortunately, that's how life works. People do something that makes no sense and everybody's got to pay for it, They shouldn't have been eating the bats. They shouldn't be eating koalas. Yeah, there's a lot of conspiracies, Dee Dee. Absolutely. You know what, Simon? I don't know. That's a weird thing. Exactly, Justin. And you know what? Like I said earlier in the live, it seems kind of interesting how this happened during election time, too. Distraction time, you know? The flu, nobody's talking about the flu, how that's killing just as many or more people. This is a mess. It's a mess. And both sides of the government are wrong and everybody's wrong and it's just a whole big mess, you know? Oh, this thing goes off. Oh, I don't have a text message. It's a mess. Kind of makes you want to go vegan though, because plants don't kill people. Yeah, exactly, Simon. You're right. The CDC hasn't done a press conference. You'd think they would. You would think they would. Well, what's her name? I actually, what's her name? Tamala? Tamala? She has that show on, is that Channel 7? Tamron Hall, she had a show yesterday, and she had somebody on the show who was an expert, but she wasn't from the CDC. She was the person who there's a documentary on Netflix. I haven't watched it yet, but there's a documentary on Netflix called Pandemic, and that's on there. And the person who made that film, she's a New York Times correspondent, but she doesn't work for the CDC. Yeah, I was watching that yesterday when I was at the medical appointment yesterday. It was in the I like her. She seems kind of cool. Good for her for, doing that. Wendy Williams, well, we wouldn't want her talking about this problem. She she is not a trusted person. But Tamron Hall had somebody on her show yesterday, and it wasn't someone from the CDC. Same thing with New York City. Seems like the only people talking here are, de Blasio and Cuomo. And oddly enough, I haven't seen my county executive talking about this. And on top of the schools, yeah, that makes sense, Simon. Hey, Poochie's in the house. But I'll tell you what, us YouTubers may do very well for the next coming weeks. We could talk about this, or we just entertain the folks, because now everyone's going to be home. When I was at the grocery store, people were buying 3-4 weeks worth of food. I'm like, I'm not doing this. That's not what I would do. Even in this, I'm not doing it because, I don't want that sitting around here. I'm just going to buy it as needed still. I'm not falling into this. I'm not doing it. I do grocery shopping weekly, not really monthly anymore. I used to fill up my freezer and it'd be good for the month, but I don't do that anymore. I just go weekly, pick up things as is, and because my kids, they're picky. So, I can't just buy 10 packs of chicken and 10 packs of pork chops and 10 packs of this and 10 packs of that. I can't do that because my kids change their mind like they change their underwear. And I can't just keep, buying food and throwing it in the freezer and then end up not eating it anyways. Every week, Sunday night, I say to my kids, I'm going to Target on Tuesday, and what do you need for me to get? So that's what I do. I'm not going to change my things. Yeah. Oh, you'll be okay, Poochie. Oh, well, thank you, Simon. It's, I don't know. I went to the library today, and when I went to the grocery store, like I said, there's a lot of people buying 3-4 weeks worth of food. I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't do that. And plus, staying in your house, locking the door and staying in your house for the next few weeks, that's not healthy either. That's not Oh, well, thank you, Simon. That's not healthy. Changing your underwear is a good idea. You're very right about that, Wicket. That's the thing is, staying in your house for the next 3-4 weeks, that's not healthy. That's not healthy for your mind. It's not healthy for you, for your medical health. I mean, I have agoraphobia, which is serious. And if you hear me saying this, and I'm truly meaning it, I'm not cured of my agoraphobia. It's just that I don't want to be stuck inside. But, Terrible, terrible times. I mean, the people are like talking about how, they're going to close the schools and, I don't know. I'm 50-50 on that too. Because they're saying it's either they're going to close, or they're either going to close for, a couple of weeks, or they're going to close. Yeah. Well, that's exactly it, Harry, is that, that's a thing too, is they're saying it's more deadly for the elderly folks, you know. I mean, for me, because I only have, yeah, exactly, Justin. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you there. I mean, for me, I'm not spreading any panic. I'm spreading love and kindness, and well, maybe I'll go live a little bit more, because I know y'all gonna need a place to go, because who wants to sit at home with nothing to do? And like I said, this is not good for your mental health to stay inside. I mean, thankfully, I'm a YouTuber and I could do this, but maybe YouTube's gonna get a whole group of new folks. This is too crazy for me. Just too crazy. Yeah, I agree with you there, AJ. Yeah, exactly. You're right. Yeah. I mean, I could tell you, when I was at my doctor's office yesterday, for just a regular routine physical, and things were looking very serious over there. And I go to a clinic for handicapped people, you know. Yeah, actually, exactly. Right, exactly. Because you know what? We can't live like this. We have to talk about things, and you know, I mean, my heart, I have to be honest though. Oh, really? Oh, that's terrible, Simon. They probably just thought they were old and we're not going to test because they're old, you know? Like I said, the test is expensive. That's what I'm reading. If you don't have insurance, the test goes from $1 to $500, or $1,600 if you don't have insurance. Could you imagine how many people who may have gone with this disease and couldn't afford the test? I mean, if they now passed it so they don't have to pay, that's great. But what about the treatment? Are they at least going to allow for the treatment to be free? Probably not. This is another way for Big Pharma to make a lot of money, you know? I'm sure Big Pharma is having a grand old time right about now. They're thinking about all the money they're going to make. Yeah. Yeah, I've heard that. In fact, New York State, they were saying that New York State has their own tests that they're using instead of the federal one. Apparently the New York State coronavirus test is much faster. Hopefully, New York State corona test has a cheaper pay on it. Yeah, exactly, AJ. That's it. Exactly it. I'm telling you that the medical, not the medical people, but Big Pharma is probably going to cash in big time, because they're saying that I was reading the other day that this medication may not be able to be afforded by everybody. Not everybody's going to be able to get it. That's not going to be good. This is why I said that whoever is responsible for this, like if China is responsible for it, they should, provide the care to everybody. They got the money, but they're not going to. They're not going to be held accountable, and they're not going to provide the medicine. Medicine's expensive. We all know that as is. They were just telling me yesterday, because my Isabel has she has her mental health therapist comes to the house, and they're saying now that may have to be done over the phone. My kids, they don't do well with change like that. Her case manager already canceled. One of her workers canceled today, so they're already preparing to cancel things. Yeah, well, maybe that's why they want corona. They want to cut down the population, right? You never know. We don't know how or why. We'll never know the how or the why. But there definitely needs to be someone held accountable for it. Because now look. But honestly, I mean, I believe some of the hype. I'm not gonna say I believe all of it. I mean, I think we should throw caution to the wind, wash our hands, but isn't this amazing how this one thing is telling people to wash their hands? Like you should have been doing that anyways. Like why y'all stocking up on it now? You didn't have soap to begin with? Oh, okay. Um, you know, yeah, some caution, like the regular stuff. Yeah, the stock market's falling really bad. We may actually end up having a problem there. That you're very right about that. The stock market took a big hit the other day. I think it fell like quite a lot of points. Like I think was it 80 points or 8 points or it was a big number. Yeah, just use common sense and kindness and kindness. Just because, I was so hurt when I heard that somebody went after somebody, an Asian person in New York City over this. Don't be doing that. Continue to eat your Chinese food. It's fine. I had Chinese food like a week ago and I lived. Yeah, it costs nothing and don't be hateful to the Asian folks. I mean just, cuz I say that they should be held accountable doesn't mean, that means their government, not the people. The people, it's not their fault. If some lab was creating this disease in a lab and it leaked out, well, somebody needs to be. Yeah, it's free, so spread that. You know, don't hurt the Asian folks. You can continue to have your egg drop soup. Egg drop soup has some magical powers in it. Um, I'm still gonna eat my egg drop soup and chicken and broccoli. No rice, because Miss Kelly can't have the rice. But I'm still gonna order my Uber Eats and my DoorDash. Gonna still use my Uber and my Lyft. I'm still gonna go out and do things. Like I said, sitting at home is not gonna do you any good. Growing up, my dad always said fresh air and sunshine is the best medicine. And it's the truth. Like I said, if you sit in your house, you're going to become mentally ill. And if you become mentally ill, you're going to become physically ill. And you could just forget the coronavirus because you're just going to have stress related illnesses like heart problems and things like that. I can understand saying, yeah, exactly. Live, love, laugh. You got to get out there and do it. Get out there and do it. Have some fun. Like I said, I went to the library today. I went to the library the other day. If the kids want to go to the library tomorrow, I may very well take them. I don't know. Like I said, they have a room for books for sale, and gonna when I go to New York City next month, there's a really great bookstore on 6th Avenue. That's terrible, Simon. That's not the way to go. I'm surprised Chinatown hasn't been affected by this. Somebody was saying that they still have live food markets in there. I don't know. Ah, again, you can't believe everything. Oop. We gotta take this with a grain of salt. Enjoy life. Don't be attacking people either. Like I said yesterday, the guy from Uber Eats threw my salad at me because he thought, oh. Exactly, Simon. Peace, love, and happiness. Ah, you gotta get you something good, Dee Dee. Get you some egg drop soup. Somebody was saying that they may not go to California because they're going to cancel it out. I hope not. I don't know. Don't be doing that. I mean, the cruise ships I can understand. Canceling the cruise ships makes sense. Yep, one love. We gotta get out there and do it. I'm telling you right now, I know Jeffree Star's coming out with another palette next month, and I'm all excited about that. I'm loving all the speculation of what the palette's going to be, and I'm kind of disappointed that he has another palette coming out so soon after, I just bought that Bloodlust palette, which I haven't had a moment to play with yet because of, all my housing my housing inspections. Yep. Well, I think that was just palette drama. I don't know. I'm hoping that this is going to be a I saw that Marilyn Manson's been tagging Jeffree Star on Instagram. I'm wondering if this is going to be a Manson Star collab. I would be totally down for that. Could y'all imagine a Marilyn Manson style palette? I would be totally in for that. I actually really like Marilyn Manson. I like Jeffree Star, of course, and I love Marilyn Manson. The two of them making a palette would be absolutely awesome. And Jeffree Star did post some uh, hints about his next palette yesterday, and it was photos of a grave, a cemetery. Bye, Jeff. See you later. He did post some photos of a cemetery and the Hollywood the Hollywood cemetery or the Hollywood funeral home. That sounds like a possible thing. That is pretty, yeah. Well, Simon, I think I don't think they're holding them hostage. I think they're just testing them. I know that the cruise ships are officially, oh. Ooh. That thing is melting. I know the cruise ships are docking permanently. They're not taking any cruises out. Well, that makes sense. Just a regular old protein bar for lunch. So, we just all got to get out there and live. Just get out there and live and do life. Like I said, if I go to New York City next month, yeah. Well, I know that they canceled the flights from Europe. Oh, really? Still? Well, maybe they're making sure there's nothing coming in. Well, they got to make sure that if they got the virus on there. You gotta remember, cruise ships employ people from all over the world. And they have people from all over the world on the cruise ships as guests. So they have to be better safe than sorry. Oops, hold on a second. I'm saying you gotta be safe than sorry. Whoops. There goes my lunch. You know. Wow. Well, they have to. Well, I thought it takes 14 days to detain people to keep yourself contained. You know, what's his name? Justin Trudeau voluntarily is quarantining himself. So Justin Trudeau may have coronavirus. Yeah, it's 14 days. So I guess the cruise ship's out there, just to make sure. And I guess what they're probably going to do is once everybody has been checked and quarantined, they're going to send them home. Because I think it was Princess Cruise and Viking. Princess Cruise and Viking Cruises has canceled their cruise ships for the next month or so. I think one is 2 months and the other one is 1. So, but yeah. So I'm guessing that's why that cruise ship still hasn't disembarked. I know it sounds like terrible and they're holding them hostage, but I think it's just they're just making sure that they're safe and not catching anything, Yeah, exactly. They should still have food and water and stuff. Oh, well, Simon, I guess they'll have to do what they got to do. They're making sure everybody is healthy and safe before they let them loose, you know? Was it the book 1984 where there was like a lot of stuff? I just bought that book the other day from the library. That's George Orwell's book, 1984. Is that where they're saying there's a lot of predictions? Oh, perfect. And I bought, and there was another one. Dean Koontz, I think, was the other book. Well, I'm telling you, right now is a good time to get some books from the library. Or if you maybe your library has the library thing. I think I'm gonna have to get a charger for my Kindle and see if I get it running again. Um, I don't really like the Kindle as much. Do you guys like your Kindles? I'm not really a Kindle person. I have one. I just prefer like paper books. I'm not, although now I guess you may have to have that because I don't know, the libraries are yeah, exactly. Doesn't mean they're gonna cancel out the spas are gonna be open. They still got the pools. I'm sure they're gonna have the only thing is cruise ships, they do have to restock the food every now and then. So that may be an issue. They may have to like dock and get some food, you know. Well, Simon, now's a good time to go get some books from the library or if you have Liveberry it's called, the Kindle. I think you can do it on your laptop also. Yeah, the newspaper. I don't know. Are they going to be delivering the newspapers now? I wonder what they're going to start taking away next. It's like what are we going to lose next, Oh well. I mean, if it's for our own good, it's for our own good, but it's like, just stay off of Facebook as much as you can. Stay off of Facebook because that's where all the hysteria is. I'm not the only thing I'm doing on Facebook is doing some, YouTube networking and things like that. I'm not reading any articles or anything. I mean, I did make a funny video on TikTok, because they got the Corona Time song on there, and I did that because there was no soap at Target. I mean, that's another thing is, yeah, well, maybe Trump's happy about that because he doesn't want us reading the paper. He always has something against the media. But the media hasn't been so honest lately, so, they're causing hysteria with this whole thing, too. You can't believe everything they say, too. There is fake news. Yeah. Well, I don't have cable. I only have I have basic cable, which means I get channels 1 through 13. And the only time I've turned it on was to watch This Is Us, Grey's Anatomy, and SVU was an old episode yesterday, so I turned it off after that. Yeah, mainstream is fake. I may go get a New York Times later. I do like New York Times. I've been kind of on the fence if I was going to go walk to 7-Eleven for a paper and a coffee, but I may just make my own. Mhm. Okay. Okay, Gomez Adams, you may want to get yourself to a doctor then. And here we go. Well, Gomez, not much we could do for you here. I thank you, Simon. You're such a sweetheart. I really like our little Sunnies group there. I had so many. I'm gonna plan out my YouTube videos. Been cared for. Okay, well then you just gotta wait it out then. That's all you can do is hope for the best. Yeah, feel better. Get yourself some good old egg drop soup and some what's probably good for this is sweating this out. Go close up your bathroom and start your own spa in there. You're doing well. Okay, then I guess you'll do better soon. Then maybe that's one thing we all should do a little bit is just when you come in from outside, sweat it out in your bathroom a little bit. No, I didn't, Simon. No cards here, Simon. But I wonder if I was getting any mail today. I have that app. I have to have my app. See, now I do have a concern because I ordered BoxyCharm this month and it hasn't shipped yet. So I'm wondering if hope they're not quarantining themselves at BoxyCharm. Oh, don't worry about it, Simon. So, this is definitely going to be an interesting time. I'll have to see if I get a hold of them on Instagram. My BoxyCharm has not shipped yet. And I wonder if that's going to be a thing with the boxes, is they're not going to ship everything. Oh, what do y'all think? You think they're going to stop things? Oh. Well, hopefully we'll keep you in our prayers, Gomez Adams. Oh, well, thank you, Simon. I appreciate that. It'll be okay. Don't worry about it. Well, anyways, guys, it's 12:15. Yeah, I hope so. They had some good stuff in there. Anyways, guys, it's 12:15, and I'm going to see you guys later, sometime soon. I don't know when. Hey, Gold Mask Gaming, I was just about to end the live, so I'm going to say hello and goodbye. And, yeah, wish you well. Absolutely. I'll be back maybe Monday. But I'm still going to put some content out, so I'll see you guys later. Stay safe out there. Wash your hands, but remember, kindness is free, so spread that. So see you guys later.